Hello everyone, welcome back to another Let's Play of Soma. Now I have the game paused because I don't want to risk something coming after me and killing me during this. I'm picking back up exactly where I left off, and my hair is just wanting to come down on my face now, which is always nice. But, and I'm still clinging to that. I think the whole thing about going down to the abyss is at some point they notice that something was coming down, or something came down, or they discovered something in the ocean. Because we know in the ocean it is all it's all unknown territory, basically. Like as far as our ocean right now in current day, like a good majority of the whole ocean we haven't even discovered or scanned or anything. Like there's still so much life and so much unknown in our own ocean. And this could be playing off of that. Like they found something exploring the ocean and they found something not of this world kind of thing. Because how it infected the fish and the thing that I talked about in the last episode. And it just seems that that's what they're doing, is they're playing off of that. And it could be an actual asteroid came down to Earth. Or it could be that that was the artificial intelligence by messing with it. The one down here triggered a signal and it could have caught something in and they thought it was an asteroid. And they didn't want to say what exactly it was to cause mass panic. Asteroid wouldn't cause a mass panic as, hey, something's coming to attack us. That's the size of a comet that could annihilate us, you know. But it's just some theories throw out there. But I'm curious what else I could uncover. I've seen Let's Plays of it, but a lot went straight to thinking it was a Wayu. But it doesn't seem like it's just a Wayu. So let's pick up back onto it, because I think, like before I go into this, I think the Wayu is what put Simon into that to the body we're in right now. Before we do the transfer thing, I think the Wayu is what put him in there, and the alien life form, whatever this thing is, knew and detected that the Wayu did that. And it's been sending all these creatures and everything to stop us, doing everything possible to stop us from going forward, from us launching the Ark into space to get to it, if it hasn't gone up already. But I mean, we did the scan and said it was in there, so it could have stopped the humans before from going forward. But we aren't human. We are a chip. We're like an AI basically, but a human AI, not just a regular AI. So we're like the AI that should exist, where we have judgmental and everything, but we live as a robotic life instead of just an AI that just does black and white, yes or no, no consideration of everything else. So, all right, so let's jump back into this. But yeah, but that's why it's just this room and hearing them call it is what got me thinking that. Because they knew about it down in the abyss, what they call Alpha. So I think when I touch that goo, I'll probably find a lot more about it than on this, or at least a more darker side. Because in here, I know there's something in there. I know there's something now more than ever. It's why I get glitches. It's why I get static. It's why I can't walk in here. Like that static, that's from it in here. One of it is in here. Alright, so we're gonna go in here. I think this is the laboratory side of it, or the biological side. One of the two. That's why we can keep going through even as a robot, because we're not an alien. Alright, close that. But it makes more sense than the why you're doing this. Why they got it on tables, why they got it in cubes, why they got things contained. Because they know it's not from here. Like, this is the goo of the I guess it could be the source center of it. Not the source center, but part of it. And they're just barely touching it. At could be 2 seconds or 2 milliseconds. Let me check the back, make sure there's nothing on the back. Then, which one's the next time? Alright, so this one. This is the same goo at it could be 3 minutes, 3 hours, it might be 3 hours. Not maybe minutes, not maybe seconds. We're just gonna do it that way. That's gonna be hours, minutes, and seconds. So 2 seconds they barely put in. 3 hours, it's already gooed out, has like little line tentacles going on. At 11:21, 11 hours and 21 minutes, we're gonna just say that. Well, I doubt it's that might be milliseconds. So at 2 milliseconds, it was that, because that makes more sense to be milliseconds. It doesn't make sense for that to be hours, right? And at 3 minutes, it turned into that. 11 minutes, it could be 11 minutes, 11 hours. So it's one of the two, but in a short time frame. No, that has to be minutes, so that says 26. So that's, okay, so that's minutes, seconds, and milliseconds. 2 milliseconds, it turned to that. 3 minutes and 16 minutes, it turned into that. 11 minutes and 21 seconds, it already grew that much. And at 26 minutes, it had already had basically like tentacles and everything, trying to connect, trying to like, it already even grew its own eyes, or its own source. And it grew from this little dot of it. If we look at this, you got the structural Dell is the red one. The test formula, they're trying to figure out a way to kill it, basically. The setup split circuit board micro buttering. The circuit introduction phase was the very beginning. And I can't show y'all on here, but where it shows on the grid at the X, what would be like the X on the graph and the Y on a graph paper, where they have 1 and 2, 1 for the X and 2 for the Y. That's the closed phase. So at 2 hours, that's what it says at the end of it. 2 hours, little 2 hours, it started branching off. Like the structural gel and the test formula for it did that. So for about 4 hours, it has no death phase. About 4 or 5 hours, close to 6 hours, the structure keeps going, and the test formula keeps staying steady. But then at 6 hours, the test formula dies, but the structure gel keeps going. Now, it could be they're trying to mimic the structure gel, or it could be they're trying to kill it. Let's look at this. So like they put a little one on the rat, and it just grew into the rat and took control of it. So that connect activity, Lisa Cameron, 2103-0323. The structural gel has been charged and actually keeps going for a while, even when removed from a power source. If applied to circuits, it seems to help out with connectivity. Function. 21-3-03-25. It seems like it's not only connectivity but even functionality. The jail can make simple machinery work and act more efficiently. However, the modifications that the YU has made to the jail are full of extra information that doesn't necessarily make sense. When applied to something more complicated, it causes the jail to act as a cancer upon the host, eventually ruining it. We could use the jail to our advantage, but it needs to be uncalibrated to get rid of the bad code. Pathology: Jacob Halperin, 2103-0507, so this is like 2 months later. Applied gel to dead mouse. The gel caused the mouse to appear alive, but it was put into the same habitat as a living mouse. The reanimated mouse was apathetic, while the living one seemed stressed. After 15 minutes, the reanimated mouse attacked and killed the living mouse. Half an hour later, the reanimated mouse stopped moving. The corpse was solid, as the gel had hardened within it. Progress: Jacob Halpern, 2103-0709. So this is now 2 months more from 2 months more from when the lab test for the rat happened. Reanimated another mouse with the structure gel. This time it was done with uncalibrated gel as produced by MZs. The results were impressive. The thing appears catatonic, but it's more of a sleepwalker. To avoid the thing hardening as before, electromagnetics are used to cause a low electrical current within the animal. This has also provided us the ability to somewhat control it. So before they just put the gel on it and that's it, but this little thing on top is what causes electricity to keep the gel from hardening, which eventually kills the host achievement. So Paulo Lansky, 2103-1212. So this is that's what, how many months is that? 5 months? Somewhere 5 months later? The structure gel remains unchanged on a fundamental level. It's still the same cross-linked gel with the line graphene in a polyunsaturated matrix that was installed throughout Pathos 2 a few years ago. The problem is not the gel, but its controller, the YU. The gel has not taken on any new properties. The YU simply uses it in a way that we would never ever have dreamed of. Study results: 21-3-12-19. Overwhelming evidence concludes that all deformed creatures, the fish, the sharks, and even the helpers, were manipulated by the YU via structural gel. They have in some manner been exposed to charged gel and in turn stricken by a cancerous growth that affects their whole being. It's difficult to ask why when talking about an AI, but it all started shortly after the comet killed the surface. I can't for sure say if it's bad code or carefully programmed mercy killing, but it looks like it's not going to make things easier for us to survive. So they keep saying the YU was the cause of it, but just looking at this is the gel they were screwing with, basically. And the reason it never spread to begin with, the main source of it that controls the entire structure of all these things, was because it couldn't live that long away from the core of itself. But these people saw it as an opportunity to maybe use this artificial intelligence or this alien thing or whatever you want to call it, and basically like bioengineer it and make it to where it can live beyond its core self. Because they had to take samples. That's how they knew about the fish and everything. But that's why it couldn't spread to fishes or anything, because of what it was. But by combining and modifying it to where it won't harden and then finding a way to preserve it, that's what it ended up. The end result was keeping something alive or something dead alive. It just knows it needs to keep a charge. But by letting it know through tests that all you need is an electrical charge and you can live beyond this, it now knows the main core of itself, because it communicates through like through the mind and stuff, that it needs that. Like, that's what makes sense, that it learned from the humans that's what it needed, and then the wire was just a perfect source to use because it was everywhere. The wire, as far as connectivity and talking to it, that's what the wire was, the AI. And this thing, it used the wire to further expand itself. Like, that's the gel. If you look at it, it looks all black and murky because that's what it is. But that's like a modified human version of it. Like, this person's in here, but it looks like they're partially affected by it. So if we go in here, this is the YU. You got a computer chip here. And you got nothing here. But then you got the rat here. So that's a dead rat. And nothing in here. So I can probably put something on my own thing in here. Let's see. And this just locks it to keep it contained. And this probably pumps in the regular gel. So I'm going to move this over because we know it needs electricity to conduct itself. I wish I had something, well, even living things that would do that with. Because they're like a tool I can use. Or something non-conductive, like a book. A book's non-conductive. I'm gonna use a book. And unlock this. This is conductive. I know that's just conductive. Can I grab that out? Huh. I can't grab it out. Maybe because this thing's over it. Well, either way, I'm gonna put a book on it. I'm gonna put a book. They need to fix that so you can actually run more tests. But we're gonna go to this spot first. We're gonna do it more on the book than anything else. So dispense on the book. And we know the rat will come to life. Like, we know that. Now, I'm not sure how the time works on this, but we're gonna just go straight to this. So we dispense on the book and nothing happened. As far as we can tell for right now, nothing happened. We dispense on the circuit. It does something right away. So again, a book's a non-living thing with non-electricity. It's not something that can come to life. Yet on a circuit board, it came to life right away. Put it on the rat. Depends his gel, and he needs a little shock just to wake it up faster. And it wakes up the rat. Like these people here down in Pathos, down in Omnicron, knew about this thing. The people downtown knew about what was down there. They were keeping it a secret to do experiments to make things function better, for functionality. If that rat is now
something like it.
Because it's animated, it's brought back from the dead. But this book, nothing happened. The circuit board, it needs, basically a short version is it needs electricity. Because this has a little chip to keep it alive. It needs that function of that to keep it alive. Without that, it dies. It can't sustain itself. Like on this book, it couldn't do nothing. That's why nothing happened there. It needs that to be able to live. If I put that person in there, if I could put the spray of that on it, then this person would come back to life. The short version. What is this? Structured gel as connector and interface between energy plasticity and organic tissue. So the time it takes, I guess, to merge connection and stuff, it took a while at first. They tweaked the programming, or they tweaked the biological in this test, and it took a longer time to get it, but it was more of a steady pace. They tweaked it more, it happened quicker, but it was like a weird. And then the last test they ran, it was a very instant connection, an instant process, which is why the rat got connected and brought to life real quickly, and why the computer chip got connected right away. Because it was evolving, because it communicates with itself. Why? Why did I go repair this thing? God damn it. Why you pull this out on the rat? Ah. I don't know if this is the right thing to do. But it seems like that's what we're supposed to do. Like I did on the books just to see if I can do it on the books, but I bet you doing this will fix it or something to where we can use it. Because the Omnic tool that we have that has a lady, and close this back up, Don't need no Psycho Rat coming after us. But the Omnicron tool seems to like have the same gel. Like they use the same method to repair it. And it's repaired. They use this gel everywhere. They probably used it to repair the wire at some point, and it infected the wire to program things that weren't supposed to harm or hurt anybody to hurt people. Basically, kind of like a takeover thing. So that's what it seems more like. Is they experimented with something they didn't fully understand or knew the capabilities or why it was there, or why it was sent there, or if it even was sent there. But it wasn't part of this world. And it says Wayu. And it could be Wayu. Maybe that's what they called it. Wayu. But then there is also an AI. So, what I'm thinking is the thing in that containment in the middle is it. It's one of it. Like one of those creatures we keep seeing walk around, it changed people's biological bodies to more suit its needs to be able to hurt and come after people and capture them. It needs their information to know where more humans are at, more things it can connect to, more things it can do to spread further and further. Like, it said Wayu there, but over here, this says Wayu too. Wayu is just the AI. These are just stickers. This isn't the Wayu. That's all this is. It's just stickers. But it's called it. Or better yet, just an alien. That couldn't survive or sustain itself underwater. That's why it died off and couldn't spread. But with the humans coming down here, finding it, tweaking and helping it survive, it found a way to go beyond itself. And it could have even used the Wayu. They could have used the Wayu itself to find a way to communicate maybe to its main ship or wherever it came from. And they sent something down to destroy this world or take over it. Or it could have been that's what came down. But it was an artificial. It was like an alien biological form that takes control of its host, of living and machine things. So we got the chip and we got the gel. We just need to go upstairs to get the power. And then go back to the room we have to go back to. Which probably going there is going to release that containment. That thing in there. That thing in there is an actual alien, an actual entity that wants to get out, that wants to stop us. They keep saying to stop the wire, but I think the wire is actually the good one. I think whatever is in there is actually the evil thing. Which you can tell it's gonna get out because it cracked the containment it's in. I haven't been in here. There's all like sea stuff, disc, more sea stuff.
structure gel without flattening the configuration?
Jesus, that was a mouthful. You've been listening to Cameron, that's for sure. What do you want, Raleigh?
Can you blame me for trying to figure this out? I've been having the dreams too, you know. I don't know what to believe.
Oh, I know. Everything from the sudden signal amplification in black boxes to having a comatose Dr. Ross locked up in the glass jar. We've all been going a bit nuts.
Tell me about it. Feels like my head's about to explode. Hypothetically speaking, could we stop the WoW from mutating?
It doesn't work like that.
Even if there was a site alpha?
Hypothetically speaking, I guess we could try. Raleigh, are you recording this?
Sorry. I just... Sorry.
So, she was having dreams of the Wayu, and not the Wayu, but of this thing, of this weird reality she's trying to push on. And at this point, they're trying to figure out where to stop it. And she was saying if there was a site alpha, but then when she saw she was recording, she didn't like that because there is a site alpha. Now, if it's even reachable or attainable, that's another question. But at this point, the main concern is getting to the Ark, not stopping it. Because at this point, there's nothing worth saving other than sending the Ark up. So that's the main airlock entrance, if I remember right, on the map. And that alien that they trapped, I'm assuming they trapped. But yeah, remember, they all have black boxes in their head. It could have sent a communication through the wire strong enough to cause it to explode, or cause their heads to explode. Which none of these, no, doesn't matter who I touch, it won't give me any information. And someone trapped it in there. So it's the Medical Research Facility's Advanced Multicultural and home of the ACR Abyss Climber Rig. But that's what I think happened, is they used the Wayu to force What is this? Looks like something I can touch. That was weird, my character just kind of flew everywhere. Looks like something that eventually I'll have to touch at some point. Over here. This is containment F2. So we know the thing's in there. I have a feeling either when we do this or when we go into and get the wherever this power supply is at. We'll look up here in the upper section. We got the mess hall. We got that. I think once we go to the power room, things are gonna go to hell. And we're probably gonna have to run very quickly back to the deep dive because that thing seems to want to kill us. Fortunately, we gotta remove the lockdown, which was super easy to do here. So we're gonna go to the dining hall and mess hall first. So I have a feeling once we go to the power room, we won't be able to explore everywhere else. What is this? Dried beef. curry mix, noodles, MSO, not sure what that is, rice, spinach. So like this person head exploded, but they had a black box. Alright, let me see this real quick. Undelivered reports.
Johan Ross was found dead on the climber this morning. The ARC team went down a couple of days ago, but I see no reason to suspect them playing a part in his death. The climber can't be operated from the abyss, so there was a scheduled retrieval. The climber returned with only the lifeless body of Alpha member Johan Ross. No traces of the ARC team. Cameron, Eames, Lansky, all studying the body inside containment. I'll follow up with whatever they find. Linda S.
It seems like they found something. Someone went down that's from Alpha. And they said Alpha, which means there is an Alpha facility down there in the abyss that they want to deny that exists. And they brought him into the containment to study, which could be the main core, which it did something in the body changed. Or camouflage itself. Maybe.
The WoW has been getting more aggressive, pushing all systems to their limits. Ironically, the dead Dr. Johan Ross would be the perfect person to ask why the WoW is making such a big buzz about his passing. After all, the WoW isn't supposed to want anything, and definitely not to mourn people. The system overload affects the staff considerably. Headaches, loss of sleep, unwarranted stress. And it seems to be getting worse. I could use some advice if you can get through. Delenda est. Things are out of hand. The staff looks like they're about to explode. Every other person walks around with nosebleeds, and the rest keep wiping stains of blood from their eyes to keep them from overflowing. It's to do with the WoW trying to free Ross somehow, for sure. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if the body just got up and left. Rani Herber, our dispatcher, has been snooping around asking questions she shouldn't. She says she's going down into the abyss to find Alpha. I can't bring myself to stop her.
So that kind of confirms more. It's using the WoW and it used the black boxes. They have in people's heads for whatever reason to read the communication, and it used that to use the WoW because WoW was control of everything. Use that, and the people at that time, because the people already went down. The ARC team was already down there. We know the ARC never got sent off, and it probably just did a massive. Just a pure massive trigger event that caused the heads to explode. At least those that weren't already dead by other means. Those that weren't dead by other means, we could still listen to the audio. But the ones that had the black boxes just getting overloaded and overloaded because they're still alive, and it just caused it to explode because they were bleeding from the nose, bleeding from the eyes, having pains and headaches. That's all signs of the black box. All signs of the wire. All signs of it doing that. The documents. Tau evacuation. On September 13th, Vic Aklur ordered the staff at Tau to evacuate and move up to the plateau. Together with engineering Alden Wellet, I descended into the abyss to assess the evacuation. Following protocol, we waited at the climber platform for 140 minutes. I made several attempts to contact Tao. I decided to move towards the site, thinking I might intercept him. That's when I noticed the guiding lights flickering, and soon the whole path shut down. Omega sector swallowed by darkness. I pushed on with my floodlight until I heard screaming over the short-range radio. They carried on, breaking in and out of range. As I hurried closer to investigate, I came upon a lacerated body of field worker's Esponza. Something big had almost cut her in two. I considered the importance of saying Tao, and more specifically Ross, as I heard Esponza's colleagues getting massacred over the radio. Seeing no way to possibly improve the situation, I hurried back to the climber and left the people at Tao to their fate. But something down there was killing them. I didn't want them to go down there or close to it. Basically like defending itself in a way. Tao Karth notes, with some luck Ross made it back to Tao and is able to continue his work at Alpha. To avoid further disturbances, I decided to report the evacuation as a complete failure, hoping it would stop Theta from attempting another one. Claudius Ems, the manager of Omicron, has already ordered the climber to stay at the plateau for now. My report on the savage wildlife scared everyone enough to even stop Wildlife and Derby from maintaining the Lumar probes. It's a good thing Glusk is offside because I have a feeling he would not have approved. The restrictions come out slightly more severe than I had anticipated, but I'll take it, as long as Ross is left alone to work with the wild. Carthage. Julia Dahl, John Ross, and Mark Strange. Images. Now let's look on some office room. This is that room. That has static. Has low static too. Okay. This is the bridge connecting to the where you go to the abyss. I guess that's that hallway to it. And I'm guessing this is who did these. Or it could have been this person right here. Food. Wait, can I make food? If I did noodles, spinach, and I wanted curry mix. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. It's in a box, so it should be safe. Oh, that would have been neat to see this work. Maybe it has to be an actual mixture. Maybe the curry mix just throws it off. Miso? Or miso is. I don't know. That's worth a shot. Or maybe you need a plate underneath. That's also possible too. No drink slab. There is a plate. Just to rule out the possibility you need a plate in it. Maybe this noodles was used because there's noodles there already. Ah, would have been neat. Would have been really neat to see this work. Oh well. But that's what I'm thinking, because before these growths were never here until they decided to modify it to make their work better. Which just makes more sense to me. In my head it does. But that's why that's cracking, because there is an actual entity in it that wants out. It wants out, not the wild, but it. This is storage. Why can't we go in storage? I don't know. Maintenance access. Not sure to what. Oh, this is like gonna be a chase sequence. Can we go around and hide and stuff? And we can hide in some spots. Oh, something's in here. At first I thought it was this person here. And this is a legit thing in here. And it's over there, I see it. Right over there. I don't know if it works by sound or by sight or by look, or if it's just a normal one I can see. I'm not exactly sure. So it looks like we need to plug something in here. I don't know exactly what yet. There seems to be a panel. I might just have to make a distraction. No. I'm trying to figure out how it works. It's not moving. It's really not moving. This might be dumb. I hit it. Oh shit, oh shit. That killed me. I don't know why it wasn't moving. It moves fast, that's for sure. I'm alive? Apparently I'm alive. I wonder if we self-heal or what? Surprised we're alive. Will it move? This might be dumb, but I don't know anything else. Maybe it just wants to be left alone? And it wants us to grab this? Maybe it goes by movement. I think that's what it is. It detects movement. And as long as you move, and as long as it stays like that, you're fine. Although this is really scary and creepy to do like this. Clicking, clicking, clicking. Alright. Clicking. Oh, that's clicking over there. Clicking. Alright. Alright, so I know how to beat this monster, it's just patience thing. Okay, so come at me, stupid thing that'll make noise. Alright. Anytime I hear it do that, I gotta stay perfectly still. Alright. Just gotta make it to this thing now. I think. No. I think that's the only thing I need. Horrifying that thing sounds. I should be okay now. Should be able to go all the way back to the beginning and be fine. Well, not the beginning, but you know what I'm talking about. And close these doors just in case that thing comes after me. It has to open these doors to get to me. Oh, that thing broke out. Just run for it, run for it, run for it. That thing's out. There's Go, 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 go.
Shut the door. Lock it up.
What's happening?
Whoo!
Lock the door.
It's locked. What's going on?
It's a psycho alien.
We managed to piss off another one of WoW's monsters.
We have everything we need, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Let's get to work.
Alright. Oh, frame rate dropped like a ton. That's weird. Alright. So now we just plug everything in. You cat
This
hi.
is crazy.
Don't worry, it'll work.
Okay. The battery. And the gel.
Make sure it's all bunched together with the structure gel connecting all the parts. Alright, try activating the suit from the terminal again.
So it detects the head, the cortex activity, fell, body. So we try.
I can't believe we're doing this.
It will be fine.
Then why don't we put you in the suit?
I was gonna suggest that if you refused.
You go without me.
I need to do this, Simon. This is important. I need to launch the Ark.
You'd really do it. Change Bob.
Yes, if you want to stay here, I'm not gonna stand in your way. I don't want to tell you what to do.
Want to be like before? Close my eyes and...
And then open them again.
All right. Let's do it.
Thank you, Simon. Go sit in the pilot seat in the next room. You might need to boot it up.
Okay. Now I was around that last part because that containment field, and I know there was something in there. And it came after us.
We need to loop back the activity manifested by your current cortex chip, run it through the amplifier, feed it into the new chip, and then make sure it's synced.
Okay.
You lost me halfway there.
You don't really need to understand it, just make them line up.
Yep. Let's keep it like that. Frequency. Offset. Amplitude. That's really close. That's really close. Puzzles. I mean, that was gonna be an easy puzzle, but it's a little complicated. That's frequency 9. Frequency 1 is probably what it's gonna be. There it goes. I don't know how we got it lined up. Somehow we managed to line it up. Alright, so lock it.
Everything. You can climb into the pilot seat now.
Already?
Alright.
I have everything under control, so please, have a seat.
Alright. I want to see if she says something one more time,
Go
please.
sit in the pilot seat.
Okay. Can you talk? Please? Yeah, but whatever was in the containment field broke its parameters.
Stop messing around and sit down in the pilot seat.
And I think that's what was after us. Either that or I sent that thing after us. One of the two. But let's go ahead and do this.
Sorry about any discomfort. This should be over soon.
It's like having a picture taken.
Well, with the most expensive camera in the world.
Yep.
No, Indian stock photos would steal their souls.
In this case, they'd be right.
There we go. New body, new suit.
There must be something wrong.
Uh
Did you run a diagnosis or something? Captain?
oh. Dark side of doing that.
No, it's just,
Why was it still talking?
it's the same like before.
Catherine, why was he still talking?
That's how it works, you know that.
What do you mean?
You know it's not magic. You were copied. The sleeping Simon in the sea was copied, and now you are here, just like Simon lived on in Toronto.
God damn you, Kath. Two Simons? There can't be two Simons.
What did you think would happen?
That you were gonna take my mind and put it into another body, like a brain transplant.
I'm sorry, it wouldn't work that way.
You realize how messed up this is?
Please, I didn't mean to upset you.
How did you expect me to react to this shit?
Please stop.
You're fucking disgusting. What's gonna happen to him?
He'll sleep for a while, a few days.
And then what? Wake up in this fucking nightmare again? All alone? So cruel.
Well, what do you want me to do with him? Make friends? Let him know that we have to leave him behind when we go into the abyss?
What if he didn't need to wake up?
You'd do that?
I don't know. Maybe.
There. I set it up for you. Hit the switch if you want to drain his battery. He'll die within a minute. I'd rather not stay plugged in any longer.
Okay. Where is that option? Execute drain battery. So this is our body, obviously recovered in the gel that brought us to life. The gel that I think is the why you did to bring us back. We even have a camera in our own body. The same thing we're doing to the body we're in now was done to that body. So the head was already missing. That tells me there was a massive blowout with the black box that killed any surviving humans before the Ark launched, because it didn't want anything to escape. Unfortunately, I'm not doing the killing route, so even though that is Simon and we're Simon, it's still conscious. Just like Catherine's alive, there was already another Catherine. So I'm gonna let that one live. It's trapped here. There's nowhere else for it to go. It's safe. Sucks, but it won't die. See how the Omni tool has the structure gel on it to get it functioning and working? So I'm gonna let him live. And we're going into the abyss. A new you. Achievement unlocked. Yep. Oh, it was loading. I was like, what happened? Alright, so I think that's a good stopping point for this, because now we're going to the abyss, heading towards the Ark even more better. And potentially even go to Alpha if that's an option. That's an option. We're going to Alpha and not the Ark. Unless it's on the way to the Ark. Then we have no choice. Or if it's at the same place, then that happens too. I don't know. We'll find out though. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye everyone.